everything you're not supposed to do trading. I'm trading without any back testing. I'm trading because I like it. I'm trading because we just came back to this little notch here. This is the British pound. So I'm scalping this puppy. And this is my auto draw for the where the wicks stop. And then I can see the doji below the breakout. So I want to be long before. I want to be long on the breakout of the next bar. So as it's coming up here, you go short right here, and your stop's here, and you're in. Not the best trade in the world. But here's the cluster. You don't see any, maybe they don't see it off of that, but up in the top of this, you'd probably see on a larger time frame, but you can just see that that is the fulcrum down here. So if you can buy here, buy here, but if you can't buy here, buy at the last known pause. It's the last known trading station on the way to the camps, basically, right? Okay, this is the British pound, and here is a no-brainer trade. Your first orders here to buy, just right here and below, all the way to here. You're buying this whole. Actually, the robot. If you tell this thing to draw, this indicator to draw further back, you would really have orders down here. This is the bottom becomes a top on the 1 hour looking forward, and the indicator, the autocator, is telling you about these prices, because this is where a lot of breakout systems actually do make money, as long as it doesn't come ripping back. Then the breakout here is the times that they're trapping all the that's just your trap and spill. You see that a lot. Okay, so right now I'm buying because of this to here, and then I got to think about taking profits here, and the thing is that this bottom becomes this top here below the breakout. So you want to be long as it's pulling back in here. You got to be kind of aggressive. It's a 1 hour chart, for God's sakes. And then when it cuts through, which is what gold is doing right now on the weekly chart, it's cutting back through what you consider to be, according to the law of getting in, how to know when to flip the law around to your favor, to your liking, is when this no longer becomes resistance, then something's terribly wrong. And the way it cuts through it so hard, you can expect the first target to be right here. It just slices through that, but it did come back and revisit that on the wicks, so you definitely had a chance to get along there. Right now my scalp is from here to here right now. So that could be it for the day. I would love it to take out the high of the day and go after these sell limits, and then we rip back the other way. So it's this big taffy pull all day long here. And I put in the kitchen sink here as far as orders. Like, here's a half-hour order that'll never get filled. Here's a 1 hour. Probably never fill this order, but if it ever filled that order, I think you can see without having to back test this that that's where you want to get in. So all day long, the trade window is banging up against this thing. Boom, boom, boom. This is the British pound. It's painfully obvious that this is somewhere overseas, because we're just caught in this binary, this up and down nonsense. And unless you're trading this up and down this stuff, you're screwed, right? And then if you're long this thing from a larger time frame, and your stops are trailing here, and then they grab your stop, and for some people they just went short there, and then they come up here and they rip your head off, and then they take it down here. So constantly this just double top looks nice and clean, but for the breakout guy, he's buying this continuation possibility. So unless you're aware of the these subtle like zones here, and just put all your orders in there like just a buffoon. Enough with this trend stuff. I'm sick of hearing about the trend. I'm sick of hearing about all these people that are predicting the market. Stop it. Stop with your predictions. Yeah, it's going up, but look at this. How you get your brain around that, right? Double top. Gee, that's suspiciously like a bottom. Yeah, you can have the robot get in here at this thing. This is kind of arbitrary compared to the true nature of this thing. Here's a big pullback. That's a big deal. It's resistance for a little bit, but then, flip Zola. Pause. Ooh, cut through, man. Look at that thing. Just the most pissed off currency in the world, the British pound. Look how pissed off this thing is. Look at this. Now, we've seen this one before. There's a swing trader's dream. You just accumulate this whole time in this narrow range. Your first pop. Maybe that's wave 1. Wave 2 pull back. 3. Wow. Back to here. Boom. Boom. So now, sellers like crazy up here. So I'm selling up here tonight. And hopefully we take out the high of the day here, and it's just an amazing blitzkrieg of punishment. Pop through the high of the day, hit my sell orders, rip back. It's over. Enough already. Stop it. Stop. People, stop trading this stuff. It's not worth it. It's not worth the agony. I quit.